All right, hockey fans, here we go. Game one of what might be the first of two games between the United States and Canada. The second game would be the championship game if it works out that way. Earlier today, Finland beat, who the hell they play in Sweden? Who else would they play? I couldn't have a nap. I tried to take a nap. The dog wouldn't let me take a nap. That's an entirely different story. No, I don't have a new dog-ish yet. Kinda, maybe. Moving on. Now, here's the thing. United States versus Canada. We know how this is going to go, right? But I have one request. Please, just everybody stay healthy. Okay? Barkov blocked a shot off the inside of his ankle in the earlier game. Got a little bit queasy there after the second period. He came back, and he had a goal before he got dinged, and he almost had a breakaway goal coming out of the penalty box. So, Kachuckies, both of you guys, Bennett is on the other team. Now, I know, right? They put Bennett on the line with Marchand. They put Sam Bennett on the line with Marchand. I don't know if I could ever get drunk enough for that sentence to leave my mouth and be serious, but it appears as though, at least during practice, Sam Bennett and Marchand were on the same line, which would probably go head-to-head against the Kachucky line, which, I mean, if could there be any, I mean, you can't do that in football. Like, you can't do something like that in football, right? I guess you could do something like that in basketball, but who watches basketball? Basketball sucks. Hockey is the only sport where you could take four guys like this, in this setting, and just have everybody on pins and needles. Maybe boxing, right? If you had like two guys at the same time. It should be interesting. Now, I think pretty much all of us expect Chucky to hit whoever the hell he's going to hit, no matter what. Just leave Reinhardt alone. All right? Bennett can take it. I'm sure Chucky and Bennett wouldn't mind going at it there. You know, not in reality, but you know what I'm saying. But don't be hitting Reinhardt now, Chucky. All right? That ain't cool. What do we expect out of the game? Well, not that Canada doesn't have Stanley Cup champions on their team, but United States has current one Stanley Cup champion on the team, whose brother just happens to be on the team, who they just so happen to just like be able to like drag everybody else kicking and screaming to however they want the game to go. I think the United States is going to win this game. I think the Chuckins are going to be a big part of that again, but I don't know how much goaltending and defense we're going to see. I think this one's going to be back and forth and up and down and all around because there's just so much offensive firepower and the level of compete between these two teams. I mean, last game I said, United States game, I said 6-5. U.S. got the 6. Do I think they're going to do that again? No. I think they'll get 8. And I know you guys are laughing at me. That's okay. It's the second game of the day. I can say whatever the hell I want. I think it's going to be high scoring. 8 might be a bit much, but more than 8 goals between the two teams, right? Everybody stay healthy, okay? Let's see if the goalies can manage to not get pulled, all right? None of the defensemen shall be basing their next contract demands on what any film from this day. And Matthew versus Marchand and Brady versus Bennett. Those are the fights we want to see. Now, if for some godforsaken reason we see a Chucky versus Bennett fight, I think the entire Panthers fan base would spontaneously explode, which probably would make all of you Canadians very happy. All right, let's move on and see how this goes. That was one for each fight. Holy hell. 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. They eventually played hockey. So right off the draw, Matthew Tkachuk goes with Hagel. Then Brady Tkachuk goes with Bennett. And then JT Miller went with Parayko after they actually played about 3 seconds of hockey and had a little scrum in front of the net. Now, somehow out of all of that, the last fight, Canada ended up with a power play, and the United States has killed off 2 power plays, and I believe Canada has killed off 1. McDavid just splits the defense between McAvoy and Werenski and gets a backhand goal on Binnington, who probably could have played that one a little bit better, but it is McDavid. Werenski just stood still and watched him go by, and then ever since that goal has taken place, McAvoy has been plastering McDavid, especially up against the wall anytime he gets a chance, and then Gensel gets a feed right through, did I say Binnington? Excuse me, not Binnington. Hellebuyck could have played the puck better, and Gensel gets one through Binnington's 5-hole, and we're tied at 1. And I have a feeling we're going to be tied a lot this game, but the offensive firepower is going to take over. Oh my God, the level of hitting and the level of intensity. I mean, they interviewed John Cooper in the middle of the intermission, and Cooper was like, I don't know what's going on. I ain't never seen nothing like this. I mean, it's just fantastic. Paul Maurice has to be at home, and he's just like, he's solid right now. You know what I'm saying? Paul Maurice is at home. He's like, excuse me, babe. I got to go watch this game in the other room because I'm just getting too excited. All right, let's move on to the second period. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do we have a third period of hockey coming up here? Very Game 7-ish, even though it's not even a championship game. I can't imagine that it'd get much more intense than this, especially how the third period is going to look. So Dylan Larkin had hit a post in the first period. He don't hit the post this time. Crosby tried a cross-ice pass. I believe it was Gensel that intercepted it. Don't quote me on that. But Larkin comes in 2-on-1, takes the shot. Boom, and it's 2-1. The physicality has not left the building. At this point, ever since McDavid scored that goal, every time he's even near the puck, somebody's plastering him. McAvoy hit him again. If people are blocking shots, with the level of physicality out there, as excited as we all are, boy, I just hope everybody stays healthy. And I mean everybody. I don't want anybody from Canada getting injured, because that's somebody else's player. And I think we all agree as fans, for the most part, that this is so much better than an all-star game. But we got to keep these guys healthy, right? If people get injured, then, teams might balk at doing it again. So if the United States finishes this off, it's only 2-1, right? What I say about Paul Maurice? Paul Maurice is somewhere watching this, and, I mean, this is the typical this is the Paul Maurice game, right? In fact, the United States got the goal here in the second period, right about the time when the Panthers got their goal in Game 7. So there's that. If we pull this off and we finish it in regulation, it's really going to put Canada in a spot in terms of making the championship game. They'll be even. They'll be even with Finland and Sweden because everybody will have 2 points. It's a long way off from that. Anything can happen, but I like the way we're playing defense. I thought that it would be a little bit more run and gun, loose, all over the place, but that's not what's happening. What's happening is now both teams, especially the United States, expending a tremendous amount of energy on defense. As soon as somebody on Canada has the puck, U.S. is all over them. This is just beautiful hockey. I don't know how we go back to watching regular season hockey at this point. It'll be really interesting to see how the teams that have a lot of players in this tournament, how those players return to their team, and if they kind of take a break, if they kind of lose some energy, or if they just keep it rolling the rest of the way, because we're going to be at a point where it's going to be about, 6 weeks? About 6, 7 weeks left of the season when they start playing hockey again. So, all right, 2 of the first 3 games have already gone to overtime. Let's do this in regulation. All right, 1, 2, 3. 3 points, and Chucky's hurt. All right, so we'll put that over here. We'll talk about that in a minute. So the United States has clinched a spot in the championship round, which was sort of to be expected, right? This has been such a long, arduous tournament with so many games that it was just up and down the entire way. And yeah, so we're in the championship round. Now Canada finds themselves in a little bit of a spot there, especially pending, we've got the 2 games that are going to happen on Monday. United States doesn't need to do anything. United States can rest. So I would assume with whatever's wrong with Chucky that he at least won't be playing on Monday. Now, it obviously looks like it's something lower body. He had an early shift in the third period. He kind of tried to spin, and he couldn't quite spin all the way, and he puck wouldn't go in the net, and he immediately turned around and said like this, and the body language at that point tells me that they already knew that there was something going on with him. Now, he did take that knee-on-knee hit from Kucherov around Christmas time, and so I hope he didn't re-aggravate that. He did come out and test it a couple of times. He actually came back for one short shift and then said he couldn't go. How much of that was precautionary so that he would be okay for the championship game on Thursday? If there was anything really structurally wrong, he would have gone to the locker room or been off the bench, you would assume. So whether he pulled something or maybe he blocked a shot and we just didn't see it, don't know. But I would anticipate him being out Monday and back for the championship on Thursday, unless he's actually really hurt. Which, Panther fans, don't panic. Do not panic. Because if Chucky was on LTIR for the rest of the season, resting for the playoffs, and we were able to get somebody else in his place because of the cap, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Chucky sitting for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and resting for the playoffs. Not saying that's what I want to happen. I'm just saying there's a silver lining there should it be the case where he's going to be out. But I doubt it. You know how Chucky's going to be. United States are we sure? Are we sure Paul Maurice is not coaching this team? Because if that looked exactly like what the Panthers do on a nightly basis. United States has now allowed 2 goals in 2 games. So there's that. Elliott Buck's played out of his mind. He's played really well. He didn't get any one of the stars of the game tonight. They gave the third star to McDavid for the 1 goal that he got. But I think, I guess they're trying to spread them out between the 2 teams. But Elliott Buck deserved, and Gensel got it because he's the one that got 2 goals because he got the empty net. Now, the physicality did not disappoint. As the game went on in the third period, United States kind of backed off the hitting so much and just was playing absolutely solid, sound defensive hockey. Sticks in lanes, man on the puck. And they were just playing a perfect style as much as you can. I mean, the fact that they kept Canada's offense here to just the 1 goal, and it was just the one by McDavid. They kept McKinnon under wraps for good. As soon as McDavid got that goal, United States was hitting him all night long. Just a really good exhibition of hockey. But you haven't won a championship yet. Got to make sure everybody's rested. Maybe give Tkachuk the night off. Would I play somebody other than Hellebuck? Yeah. Maybe I would give Hellebuck the night off on Monday and have him nice and fresh and rested to go for Thursday. You could do that. United States doesn't have to do anything. They could no-show for the game. I know they're not going to no-show. But I would expect that whatever extras we have, maybe Chucky will stay off the ice. Anybody else that might have a little something of a ding going on might be off the ice. You see the extras come in, play anybody but Hellebuck, and then be ready to go on Thursday against whoever we play, which at this point could be anybody. It literally, everybody else is tied. It could be anybody. And, Canada barely beat Sweden, and they did not beat us tonight. And when you look at that roster, it's like you kind of would have thought they had the best roster, but it's not the best names. It's whoever plays the best as a team, as a group. All right, that's going to do it. We had fun today. 2 games, nothing tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow at noon. We'll be live tomorrow at noon for your Tkachuk therapy session. And then Monday, we're right back at it. 1 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Going to be raining and snowing. It's winter. We're done with winter. We're definitely done with winter. So, all right. United States. I almost said Panthers again. It's hard sitting in here not saying Panthers. United States gets 3 points. We are in the championship round. I will see you all tomorrow at noon. And Chucky's fine. The puppets told me Chucky's fine.